Brian Jennings, I mean, it depends on which Brian Jennings you get in that ring. There's a man that is capable of beating anybody in the division on any given night. Will he? No, he's unproved that. He had a very disappointing performance in my opinion against Klitschko. Do you remember that fight?
Yes, I remember that fight. He actually hurt him to the body.
Yeah, that's why I was disappointed in him. He could have won that fight. He should have won that fight from there.
He does need to stop moving around so much, but that having a big guy like Klitschko,
exactly, he's not
coming towards you and all, and measuring you, because he was a shorter man, and he was pretty much aiming towards his chest. These big guys, they're no joke. They're very heavy-handed.
Yeah, these heavyweights nowadays are unbelievable, man, in size. I'm telling you, I can remember Mike Tyson being the heavyweight champion of the world, weighing in 212 pounds, 5'10", out of Catskill, New York, just like it was yesterday. Muhammad Ali, 6'1", out of Louisville, Kentucky, weighing in at 221 pounds. These guys are 245 plus every day. Every time, and ain't got an ounce of fat on Klitschko. You know what I mean? And he weighed 246.2 walking in, at weigh-in Friday night. That's just, the size of these guys nowadays is unbelievable. It's in all sports, it's bigger. They're getting bigger and better, faster, quicker. That's just how it is.
And younger,
yeah. There's one for you. I'm going to give you a guy that's coming up this weekend. I told you names to listen for. Is I gave you Gonzalez and Sanchez. Sanchez already. I'm going to give you another one, man, that you're not going to believe this. This guy's got a better record at the welterweight division than every champion in the division, not named Kell Brook. Okay? Stick with me here. A better record in the welterweight division than every champion in the division, not named Kell Brook. Okay, this man is 28-0. 28-0 from Washington, D.C. It ain't like he's from over in Hong Kong or he's from Canada and he's got lost in the system. How in the world has Dusty Hernandez Harrison been dodged this long? What's happened? I see. He hasn't fought the greatest competition, has he? No, he hasn't. He's stepping up a little bit here with Claggett. Now, he fought a lot early, quick, early in his career, but he's 21 years old. He's 28-0. 28-0 at 21 years old, guys. That's pretty impressive. And I'll go ahead and give you my precision prediction is Harrison to win that fight, okay? He beats Claggett. Claggett walks out of there with more losses on his resume than he enters with, I guarantee you. And he keeps his Sanchez, one of them still to be named, so we'll wait on them. Of course, the big fights we got to break down, man. Jacobs and Quinlan, that's going to be something we make a decision on right before we go on air. If not on air, is it like I did Fury this weekend? You know what I mean? You never know, because sometimes it's a trigger word, and when he said that fight now clinch, which is something that I had seen over, and I'd seen it in 3 fights from Fury. I said he's capable of getting out of there, and if he does, he can rock him. He could keep him on the defensive, which Klitschko's not used to and they're very uncomfortable with. And that's
exactly jab coming at him.
And that is exactly what happened. And when I heard DaTruth say that, I was like, bingo, yeah. Because I've been talking to I said, I have looked for everywhere in the world to find Fury a way to win, and I can't find it.
There's another thing that I saw that night, that he was switching up the jab to his right, and that was his exit every time he would come out of those jabs and those flurries that he would go in.
He would lead with a straight right?
He would lead he would throw out that right jab, and he would just switch up pretty much, because he would throw that flurry, and as soon as he'd throw it, he'd find that exit angle and throw out that jab and keep him at bay.
Yeah.
So that's another thing that we have to look out for with this man.
Yeah. Fury's a good fighter, man. He a lot of people thought he was a joke and thought he was all mouth and blah, 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 and all this, They really did because of the way it was. And, because he'd wearing a Batman costume to the thing. And like I said yesterday on the air, he's in his head, guys. He's in his head. He's in his head. I'm sorry, I'm 4 for 4 on the football. Gambler, Edge, I didn't know Seattle covered. My bad. I picked them to cover. But anyway, just come across. I get streaming news, and they're looking for anything boxing or MMA related because we got a back-to-back monster weekends coming up in this sport. Of course, the MMA, Conor McGregor and Aldo fight on the 12th. It's the same night as the Joshua White fight. And you're talking about there's going to be 15 million people around the world froze in front of a TV somewhere at that point in time. I guarantee you. In Great Britain, they're all going to freeze for White and Joshua. Okay? That's the two best to come through there, arguably ever. Yet to be determined, I mean, they've had some great fighters. Lennox Lewis, we could go on and on. We got one now, it's a champion named Tyson Fury. That there was somebody on Twitter yesterday predicted, one of the podcasts predicted Fury to win that fight. I'm trying to remember who it was. Oh, it was DaProfit and DaTruth, that's right. It was Fight Surf, guys Fight Surf have, I remember that. Yeah, that's right. Same guys that predicted Ronda Rousey, Tim Bradley to win by knockout. This is the sweet science. Is a science, okay? It is a science, but scientists have a trial and error period that they go through until they master it, okay? And that's what I guess you could say. Me and DaTruth, we've been through that trial and error period, and we've kind of got to that master's level, and we kind of understand what it takes to win these fights. You see what I'm saying? And that's the stuff that I'm catching these casuals and these forums and stuff talking about, going, well, this is going to happen, and he can't get past this. And I'm like, man, you don't even understand what working angles is. I can tell by the way you're talking, and like when I'm talking about Golovkin not having no defense. How the hell did you win 345 amateur fights?
It's a choice that Golovkin makes.
It's a choice. That's right. He wasn't going to. I told him. I said, listen, fellas. I remember the fight was announced in July, and we had our Wednesday night forum with Atlas and Coleman and them, and I said, well, the world recognizes just how great Gennady Golovkin is that night. I said in October, I promise you that. And I went on a forum, and I told a guy named Peter Nagy, I said, buddy, on October the 17th, there's going to be people that you see bad-mouthing Gennady Golovkin today. Talking that he's a slugger, he's been fighting cancer. Man, this guy can box. You know what I mean? Do you know why? He had to respect Lemieux's power. Lemieux had one punch ending power. He had that kind of power. So he had to methodically wear him down. And that's exactly what he did. Do you know, as I went back and I watch all fights, big fights like this, at least 20, 25 times, okay? Because I like to score them, see how close I am to the judges, and that way I got a good idea in case we take a fighter in there, if this judge is honest or not. I'm not going to lie, because you'll be amazed how often you cross paths in this business. It happens each and every weekend in this sport. It happens. And, so
I think there's a lot of people out there that are, could do a lot better than these judges been doing. I mean, lately it's been fine, but and then you run into these judges that are just seems like they're bought off,
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, that happens. Last weekend, I'm going to take Cotto Canelo, for instance. I scored the fight. I did the show last week by myself. And I did this. I predicted Canelo to win 116 to 112. That's what I scored the fight. The judges come back 118, 110, and I didn't see a 10-8 round in the whole damn fight.
Not at all.
I didn't see a 10-8 round.
That jab out there. Most of those jabs didn't even land.
One guy had I think one guy had 118, 110, one had 118, 109. That's a 10-8 round somewhere. Where the hell did that happen at? I was thinking, better you had a. There's just, they wasn't the judge.
Round, they gave it to him. I'm more than sure they gave it to him. It was just,
I scored 116, 112, okay? And I was looking. I caught myself early in the fight. Whenever you make a prediction like we make every day, these predictions we make, you catch yourself trying to find your guy way to win. Don't get me wrong. You see it, trying to see his way to win. I look at it from the other angle. Okay, I'm trying to lose the round. All right, I'm trying to lose the round. I'm trying to see is there any way I lost that round. Any way possible, I lost that round. Okay, and well, with Canelo and Cotto, I could have seen a possible 115, 113. I seen that. That was the worst. That's as close as I could see Cotto being. That was as close as I could see him being. And I scored at 116, 112. I had seen guys come back on Twitter at 120, 108. I mean, I'm like, wow. And then last night, man, listen to this. Guy comes back on the Fury Klitschko card, okay? The Fury Klitschko fight, the same people. And I'm going to go ahead and call y'all out there behind the glove. Okay?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I mean, they are so far backwards from the rest of us that I'm like, what are they watching? Who, does somebody hashtag them the fights or what? You know, the scores or what? Because, you know, guys like me and Gabriel Montoya at DaProfit, guys that's been in and around this a while that, you know, they don't bang. We're almost within a round or two every time of each other. You know what I'm saying? We're doing it pretty close. And, like last night, I awarded Dan, just shout out to Dan after ESPN, man, the senior writer for ESPN, Boston writer. I laughed because Adonis Stevenson said, you know, he was ready to get together with Kovalev. He hadn't, you know, he thinks, and he, you know, thought that Kovalev was probably scared of him. That's the only reason they hadn't fought. And he goes, well, I've heard the funniest damn thing I've heard all year. Dan said something like that. I don't remember exactly what the tweet was. It was pretty good. If I'm misquoting Dan, I'm sorry. But it was pretty good. It was funny. I can tell you what it is because I awarded him, but I said, well, if that ain't the tweet of the damn day award, I don't know what is. I said, no, it was the most accurate tweet. Yeah, he said something, basically calling Don Stevenson a liar. You know what I mean? But I was saying he's a liar. And I was like, well, that ain't the most accurate tweet I've seen all day. I don't know what it is, other than maybe the Klitschko loses the fight to Fury tweet. But, yeah, that's right. Fight Serve tweeted that. I'm trying to remember. I have to remember sometimes. Get my head in the game. And, guys, I appreciate y'all tuning in live like this. We wasn't expecting no calls, and I did call after that one earlier. UFC's market dominance showing a small crack of business in this free agency. Benson Henderson, call Fight Serve. Call me now. Call me quick. Call me now and call me quick. I'm telling you, call Fight Serve and call me now. Hey, you're a free agent, man. You're a free agent. You need negotiating power. I got it behind you. All right. That's just announced. Okay. Kobe Bryant's retirement, something, I don't know. I don't pay much attention. I did the football earlier, and December 18th, Mayweather Promotions says they'll make history by adding another world title to the collection. Francis Bartholomew. Well, I haven't dug that deep into the cards yet, man, because we go so in depth to our fights. I haven't looked that far ahead. And you do see the Andy Lee fight out there on the 19th. You know, you look at that fight. Oh, well, Andy Lee's fighting on the 19th. You know that. Because Showtime announced last night they were going to carry the fight in the U.S. We're going to have a 32-second break brought to you by Coca-Cola. Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm here. Oh, man, that's awesome. Every time I get on there, I just get this rush.
Yeah, it does. It's different, man. I used to be live like Sirius XM radio. You know, it was 4 hours or more.
4 hours?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you could do a lot more comfortable doing it, but
yeah, it's like breathing.
I'm glad that I'm here because if I run around and that's
yeah. Alright. As I said, this 32 seconds is brought to you by the Coca-Cola Bowling Company out of Atlanta, Georgia. Okay? This 32 seconds is brought to you by the Coca-Cola Bowling Company out of Atlanta, Georgia. Also brought to you in this during this segment was Grubel's MMA out of Augusta, Georgia. That's Mark Grubel's MMA out of Augusta,